Hey boys, it's HarmNone. In today's video, I want to go over some vehicles that I need to see in GTA 6. Now, we've seen a couple cars throughout the trailer, and we've got a little bit of information on the vehicles that are going to be within GTA 6, but we don't have much information. And judging off of GTA 5 and how the latest DLCs have kind of gone with the new vehicles that we've gotten, I feel like there's a lot of vehicles that we still really do need to see either updated versions of or just completely brand new models of. And with the trailer for GTA 6, it did seem like a lot of the vehicles were going to be hyper realistic and very close to their real life counterparts, as we have sort of seen with GTA 5's DLCs. As GTA 5's lifespan has gone on and on, we've started to see vehicles get more and more realistic, almost to the point where copyright infringement may be a subject. But anyway guys, let's go ahead and get started with the list. If you enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like. If not, dislike, of course. Consider subscribing to my channel for everything GTA 5 as well as everything GTA 6. I'm going for 300k this year and I need your help to get there. Let's try to blow this video up so that Rockstar sees this and so that they know what we want to see in GTA 6, or at least what I want to see. Getting things started on our list, I have selected the Corvette C6. Now we've got the C7, we've got the C8, but we need a Corvette C6, and in fact we have a lot of older Corvettes in the game as well. We've got like the C1, C2, C3, I would say. We need a C6 Corvette. Now I don't really care which model it comes as. I'd like to see honestly a base model C6 that has upgradable options to make it look a little more like the Z06 variant, as well as more upgradable options to make it seem a little bit more like the ZR1, which would be really cool. The C6 is a super cool Corvette. It has definitely grown on me as time has gone on, and I feel like it is a really cool car, and I'm honestly kind of shocked that we don't have one in GTA 5 as it stands right now, but I would absolutely love to see one in GTA 6, or maybe have one get added into GTA 5 and then ported over to GTA 6. That would be cool with me too. But I definitely want to see a C6 Corvette. Next up, we have the new Ford Bronco. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of the new Ford Broncos. I think that they look really cool. Maybe not as cool as the older variants of the Ford Bronco. Would be cool to see an old version of it as well. But the modern Ford Bronco does seem really cool, particularly the Raptor variant. But again, similar to the C6, I would not mind seeing the base model and then be upgradable, you know, have bigger wheels, poke the wheels out a little bit from the fenders, stance it up nice, and upgrade it and make it look all cool. But being able to make it more of like a base model variant versus like the, you know, Bronco Raptor would be really sick. I think this would be such a cool off-road vehicle, and given that we've seen some sort of mudding and stuff like that in the trailer for GTA 6, I feel like the Ford Bronco could be a pretty easy car to add into the game, especially given the popularity of it since they re-released it. I think that the Ford Bronco would be really cool. I think it would fit in very well. I'd like to see it in GTA 6. Next up, we have the Koenigsegg Agera. But honestly, I don't really care what Koenigsegg gets added into the game. I would just like to see a new Koenigsegg. Now we do have the Overflawed Entity MT in GTA 5 as well as the Overflawed Entity XF. Now the MT certainly is very realistic looking. It looks a lot like the Koenigsegg Jesko or Jesko, depending on what you want to call it. But I would like to see a more realistic version of the Agera, which is primarily what the Overflawed Entity XF was based off. It could have been based off of the CCX as well. In fact, I actually think that it probably was more so based off of the CCX, but I would like to see a hyper-realistic Agera that we can maybe change up to look more like the Agera RS, the regular Agera R, or of course the Koenigsegg 1.1. That would be really cool. I feel like getting a car like this in GTA 6 is definitely a pretty strong possibility, and I know a lot of people would definitely like to see this. Next up, I've got the Ferrari F12, but the gameplay you're seeing is an F12 TDF because that's the only thing that they had in Forza Horizon 5, which is where I got this gameplay from. The F12 though is such a cool Ferrari, guys. Now this isn't to say that I don't want to see an 812 super fast. I would take an 812 super fast that you can make look like an F12 or vice versa, whatever they want to do. I think that would be so cool, but I really hope that whatever exhaust sound comes out of it is kind of realistic. I really hope we're going to see an uptick in the exhaust sounds in GTA 6. That would be so cool to get more unique sounds. That would, oh man, that would just be so awesome. Getting a Ferrari F12 though, or an 812 Superfast, whatever they want to do, would be super sick. and giving it lots of customization so you can make it look like an F12 TDF or maybe an 812 Superfast or the 812 Competition. Any of those would be super cool to see, and I would love to see that in GTA 6 for sure. Next up, I've got some big diesel trucks. Now in the gameplay here, you're seeing a Ford F450, but I'd like to see an F350, an F250, an F450, whatever they want to add, or a Dodge Ram 2500 or 3500, or a Chevrolet GMC, whatever they want to do, 2500 or 3500. I want to see some big diesel trucks in GTA 6. I feel like GTA 5 was super lacking when it came to pickup trucks. I feel like there's really not many in the game, and all of the ones that we have are gassers, which is kind of lame. I would really like to see some diesel ones, and if possible, I would be able to be able to roll coal with some exhaust modifications that hopefully we'll get in the game. That would be really cool. Now, we have seen some bigger trucks in the trailer for GTA 6. I did see a modern looking Ram, not sure if it was a diesel or not, but then of course we do have that mudding part in the trailer as well, where there are some very big trucks as well. So I feel like we do have some pretty good potential for getting some bigger trucks. I just hope that we actually get some big diesel trucks. I think that would be really cool to see. I know a lot of people would really like that. Up next, we have the Honda or Acura NSX, and not the brand new one. I'm talking about the one from the 90s or the early 2000s. This is a car that I actually find it almost unfathomable that we do not have in GTA 5. So I think it's pretty much a must add for GTA 6, because how can you miss out on this car? It's absolutely iconic. It's mid-engined. It's so cool. It's got a huge following in real life for sure. It's a great performing car. It's really cool looking. It's very unique, very different. I don't know how we don't have one of these in GTA 5 as it stands right now. It's kind of unreal to me, but in GTA 6, we certainly need to change this, and we need to see one of these available to be purchased for sure. Next up at number 11, we have the Jeep Cherokee Trackhawk. Kind of can't believe we don't have one of these in GTA 5 as well, but we don't. Now the Trackhawk is a super cool vehicle in real life, and I would love to see one get added into GTA 6 or GTA 5. Honestly, whichever one comes first, totally fine by me as long as it's in both of them. The Trackhawk is an all-wheel drive, Hellcat engine powered version of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I think that this is a must add to GTA 6. I don't see how it can be, based in Florida and not have a Trackhawk. It just doesn't really make sense to me. These things are everywhere in Miami, things like that. So I would love to see this get added into GTA 6, and I think this makes a lot of sense. In fact, I think it's almost a guarantee that this will be added into GTA 6. It's just a matter of time. Next up, we got another one that I find completely unbelievable that we do not have in GTA 5, and that is of course the Mazda Miata. Now, it doesn't matter what generation they want to add to me personally, but if they wanted to add just a Miata chassis that you could maybe put body panels onto customization wise to make it into an older generation Miata or a newer generation Miata, that would be super cool. Or just having completely separate variants that you can choose to purchase. Now, obviously the Miata is a pretty popular platform. It's, I think, the best-selling sports car of all time, if I'm not mistaken. And it is a little two-door, coupe or convertible, depending on, which variant you get. But this thing certainly has a huge aftermarket community, and being able to customize these and buy these cars would be so cool to see in GTA 6. I think this is pretty much a guarantee as well, but then again, Rockstar has surprised us many times. Who knows, man? Who honestly knows? But I really hope to see a Miata in GTA 6, or maybe get added to GTA 5 even. At number 9, we got the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. This thing actually did appear in the GTA 6 trailer, or at least a Lamborghini Aventador look-alike for sure, and I really hope that whatever variant they put in, we can upgrade it to look like an SVJ or just a regular Aventador. Either of those would be really cool to see, but we did see one right by where Scarface was filmed in the trailer, and you can see it on the far side of the road. Now, you don't get a very good look at it. Obviously, you can see it on screen right here. Super hyped to see this vehicle. I just hope that we can upgrade it to be an SVJ, and I also hope that the exhaust can be really loud. I want to see a loud exhaust in GTA 6, and I want it to be realistic sounding. That is my... Please, for the love of God, give us good sounding exhausts in this game. I know I've already asked earlier in the video, but please especially for the Aventador. Just give us a good sounding exhaust. That's all I want. That's really all I want, Rockstar, please, for the love of God. Next up at number 8, we have the Porsche Carrera GT. I'd love to see this thing get added into the game. And we do have the Pfister 811 in GTA 5, which is kind of close to the Carrera GT, but it's also supposed to be the 918 kind of as well. I'd like to see super realistic versions of both of those vehicles. For the record, I think the Carrera GT is just a little bit more sought after overall, but the 918 is still just as cool, if not cooler, honestly. I'd like to see both variants of these super limited edition Porsche hypercars. I think that either of these would be super cool to see, and honestly, I'd like to see both. So Rockstar, please add them both. Give them some nice customization. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but just a little bit of customization would be quite nice for both of these vehicles. Next up, we have the Nissan Silvia S15. I cannot believe that the Silvia S15 has not been added into GTA 5. It's kind of unbelievable to me. I find that shocking. And I think it's pretty much a lock for GTA 6. I can't see them not adding this car. It is such an icon as far as JDM cars go, and I just can't see, like, why would they not add an S15, you know what I mean? It's an iconic car. It'd be really cool to see this thing in GTA 6. Be able to make some really cool builds with it, some nice aftermarket mods that we could do to it would be super appreciated. I just feel like this is pretty much a solid lock for GTA 6. How could you not have an S15? I don't know, man. I really hope Rockstar doesn't disappoint. I'd love to see one of these, that is for sure. Next up, we got the Mercedes-Benz AMG E63S. I want to see one of these. Now, I may own the car in real life, but I'd like to see it in GTA 6. I think this is a cool car generally. I think that it would make a lot of sense to have in GTA 6. It's a nice, you know, 4-door vehicle. It could sound really good, potentially have some nice customization. I'd certainly like to see the E63 make it into GTA 6. And honestly, I'd like to see like the 2014 variant make it into the game as well as, you know, the newer, you know, 2018, 2019, 2020, any of those model years would be really cool to see. Being able to change up, you know, some modifications on it too to make it a little bit more modern or a little bit older would be super neat to see. I think it's an awesome vehicle, and I definitely think it should be in GTA 6. I don't see why not. Next up, we got the BMW M3 or M4 competition, and specifically I'm talking about the G80 or the G82, depending on the M3 or the M4. Now in the gameplay here, you're definitely seeing the M4, the 2-door variant, and I would love to see one of these in GTA 6. I think this, again, I think this is a solid lock. I cannot see them going through the trouble of making GTA 6 and not including one of the most iconic modern sports cars in real life. I think that this is basically going to be in the game without a doubt in my mind. It's just a matter of hopefully they add enough customization, and hopefully they give us the option to have the 4-door or the 2-door variant. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but I think that that is definitely something that they should consider doing, for sure. But I mean, hey, it's Rockstar. But if you're listening, Rockstar, hey, we would appreciate it, that's for sure. Next up, we have an absolute icon, the Lexus LFA, and all I ask is that this car gets added into the game. It looks somewhat realistic, and the exhaust sound sounds similar to what it does in real life. That's it. Lexus LFA in GTA 6. And if you could, Rockstar, I would like to see it in GTA 5. I won't push it, I won't push my luck, but I certainly would like to see it in GTA 5, just saying. Number 3, we got the Porsche Cayman GT4 RS. Very new, very iconic vehicle. I think this belongs in GTA 6 for sure. In fact, in the same screenshot where the Aventador is kind of visible, you can see a 911, which makes me think that the Cayman GT4 RS is somewhat of a possibility. Of course, we do have the Pfister Growler in GTA 5 as it is, so I can kind of not really see them skipping over the GT4 RS, really. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like this car is going to make it into GTA 6. I certainly hope it does, because I definitely need to see this. I want to drive this in GTA 6. Please, Rockstar. Number 2, we got a car that I really don't know how this has escaped Rockstar for so long and escaped being put into GTA 5. We have the Pagani Zonda. Now this is the Cinque that I'm showing you guys on screen right here. I don't care which variant of the Zonda, honestly, except for, honestly, I'm kind of tired of seeing the track only ones. But just having a Zonda that we could customize to make it look however we want. Maybe it's the track only variant like the Zonda R, or maybe we could just have like a Zonda Cinque, something similar to this, and maybe even some more crazy other options as well. That would be really cool. I don't know how the Zonda hasn't made it into GTA 5, honestly. I think the Grotti Cheetah is like low-key supposed to be the Zonda, but it definitely does not live up to the hype, I would say. So the Zonda, definitely a vehicle I would love to see in GTA 6. And for our last vehicle, we have the McLaren 765LT. This vehicle needs to be in GTA 6. Even if they were to add like a 720 that you could maybe put a body kit on or upgrade into something that looks a little bit more like the 765LT, that would be fine with me, just as long as we get something that resembles the McLaren 765LT very closely in GTA 6. I will be a very, very happy individual. This is like my #1 car that I want to see in GTA 6. I think that this would be so cool to see. I really love what McLaren's been doing. Actually, not been doing. I like what they had been doing prior to their newest models coming out. I'm not a big fan of the GT, and I'm not a big fan of the McLaren Senna replacement, whatever that thing's called. I think it's called the Sabre. Not a super huge fan of that, but this era of McLaren, like the 720, 765LT, super good looking vehicles, and I want to see the 765 in GTA 6 100%. There you have it, guys. That's been it for my list of cars I need to see in GTA 6. Let me know what you guys need to see in the comment section down below. Is there anything that I missed? Is there anything that you think that I should have put on the list based on things that I like, things that I snubbed out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you don't. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.